my name is Savani, and I've currently sort of got a business idea going, but I'm sort of delaying it with uni because I'm just sort of worried that if I start it up, then it's gonna be a bit too hectic with that and uni and everything. And I also have to focus if I wanna get to the career that I want academically. But I have two questions. So, what does it take? Like, what sort of qualities does it take to be a business leader? And I feel like the way you started up sort of so suddenly is like, how did you manage with the getting global offices? Because that's like, that takes a lot of cost and a lot of effort as well. I'm just wondering how you
Yes.
got the logistics
Look,
of that.
I personally don't know what kind of traits it has, but like, the staff, they are the backbone of the business. I don't really do too much, to be honest. They do all the work. To be able to rely on, I guess, the staff and, as I said before, like the family to, run the business essentially for you. Well, not like that, but, they care about every single cent, right? I think it's really important that you have people you trust. And I can tell you honestly that I trust every single staff member of mine. I think it's extremely important. I guess the traits that associate with that would be, being able to communicate well, being able to build relationships, particularly in freight forwarding. And, like I'm just an average guy, so being able to relate with everyone, really. Getting to work on a Monday morning, we talk about the weekend to a degree, as well as, sport, et cetera, et cetera. So, I don't know if there's any particular sort of trait, but I'd definitely say communication and the ability to build and retain relationships.
Thanks, Savani. But maybe I'll ask a follow-on question from Savani's question, if that's okay to you, Jackson. So that's how you run your team. That's what's enabled the fast growth. But even as you talked earlier, there was an opportunity that you saw, to expand on Verus Global to make it what it is. So you've mentioned communication. Was it a matter of your planning before you went to your mentors and others to back your business, or like what was the method and approach you took as you asked for that support in order to get it up and running? Did it require prep work, discussions with others, a lot of detailed planning, a large team? What did that sort of process look like?
To be honest, it was quite daunting at the start, knowing the fact that a lot of the staff are substantially older than myself, double the age, maybe even more to a degree. So I was a bit hesitant to ask a few of them, particularly some are, very close family friends, and, maybe if they opted not to come, that might potentially be a little bit awkward for both parties moving forward. I just really wasn't too sure how to approach it. Again, my budgets and business plan and marketing plan were not really up to scratch. So when I was presenting it, they were kind of a bit, not discouraged, but second guessing maybe their decision moving forward. So, I felt that if I was able to get the buy-in from a couple of them, it'd help me swing the decisions of the rest of them. I really knew what I wanted to do. And I knew that if they felt that the key core of our business now was together, they knew that they'd be successful moving forward.
Yeah, awesome. So kind of to rephrase a bit, it sounds like that, and as you talked about, maths and the academic part wasn't the biggest strength of yours as you've become what you are now. However, your ability to communicate and be influential was something you're absolutely passionate about, was something that the backers saw in you, and you built the right team